Welcome back to Real Christianity with Rev Kev. Like they say in our village, yaki yaki. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thanks. I sometimes forget to say that. Jungle fear. I've shared a little bit, and I've just shared yaki yaki, lived in a little village. Sometimes I say New Guinea, sometimes I say Indonesia. It was on the island of New Guinea, but not Papua New Guinea. It was what used to be called Irian Jaya, now called Papua. A little village in the swamp area of the Mambramo area. And we lived there for 5 years, caught rainwater, lived with some solar power, lived off the land. When somebody go hunting with a bow and arrow, they'd kill a wild pig, and we'd get the pig all dripping in blood with all the hair on it. And people would bring vegetables, we'd buy them. Fairly simple life, but it was sad. A lot of hurting and aching from medical needs, but a lot from spiritual needs. They lived in a lot of fear. I remember talking to Kure, and Kure was now one of the church leaders, just a wonderful younger guy, everybody's young at my age, but younger guy. And he really loved the Lord, and he talked about how much he lived in fear of the spirits and the evil spirits around, and wouldn't go in certain areas, and not really certain how to appease these spirits in other areas of life. And they had these rituals they would go through. And he came out of that, and when Christianity was introduced, he said, man, what a relief. I no longer fear this one area. I don't fear these spirits. I know I have a great, big, awesome God who has me, who has adopted me into his family, and I know where my future lies. I've talked to a lot of people, especially in COVID, coming out of COVID, and other issues, dealing with death and struggles, and they live in such fear. And yes, there are things to be afraid of to a certain degree, and we need to limit those risks. But we also need to be aware that this world isn't our home. This is not our future. That we have a future as real Christians who have given our lives to Jesus. We have a real future with a great, big, awesome God, and we can rest in that. And we know there's going to be struggles in this life, and we know people are going through stuff, that we need to come alongside and encourage them. But we don't need to be afraid. We don't need to fear the future. We know God's got the future, and as tough as this life is, we know there's a future in heaven with him, worshiping him forever and ever. And I don't think that'll ever get boring at all. So as we talk about being a real Christian, we don't live in fear. We know we live in this world, and there will be difficult things, but we look forward to the future and being, as we're adopted into this family, our future reigning with this King in heaven. What a great future. Don't be afraid. This has been Real Christianity with Rev Kev. Yaki yaki.